Thank you, Tony. Today, this morning, I am here with David Bonney. He is the Executive Director of Broken and Beautiful Ministries. David, how are you this morning? Thank you for joining us.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well,
yeah.
cannot complain. So I wanted to ask a couple of questions. The first one is, for our viewers who may not know what Broken and Beautiful Ministries is, could you give an overview about your organization and what do you do?
Yeah, so we're a women's prison ministry, and so we do services at both the women's prisons in Chillicothe and Vandalia, and we do classes as well. And the classes are really focused on understanding their past and working through it in a way that brings God into the equation and how they deal with things moving forward. So,
Thank you so much. How many locations do you have in Missouri?
Locations in terms of the whole state, we have volunteers, we have 5 regions is probably the best way to describe it. So this is actually our central region here,
Okay.
which goes, it's kind of the 63 corridor is what we call it. We have the east region, which is St. Louis. We have the southeast, which is down by Cape. We have the southwest, which is one of our big regions, and then west is Kansas City, because we have the women going all over the state after they leave prison, because we're a reentry ministry in addition to being in the prisons. We help them when they get out, which is our big deal.
Thank you so much. And then you also have regions here in mid-Missouri
We
as
have,
well.
yeah, this is our central region. We have several of our key people are actually in this region, so.
Wonderful, thank you. So I know that one of the former incarcerated women that you've helped, she's now in a leadership role at your organization.
Yes, she is.
Can you tell a little bit about her and her story? And is this something that formerly incarcerated women can aspire to?
Well, yeah, it is actually. That's what we hope. Because really what we want is these women, when they get out, to become leaders in their communities and to bring others who followed in their footsteps to follow them, right? So, yeah, she started out in prison. We got to know her through our services in prison, and when she got released, she was taken to jail in Kansas City area. But when they do that, they don't have a way to get back and get to where they're going to go. So we had it set up for her to go to a transition house in Jefferson City. So when she got released, she had nowhere to go. So we had to come get her. We had to put her in a hotel. We had to have our volunteers put her on a train, send her down. Since she's done that, she's led a tremendous transformation in her life. She was, most of these ladies are drug addicts. And now she's in a leadership role in terms of, we have an advisory team, because really what we're trying to do is take our ministry and enable the women who've been helped through it to be in a leadership role moving forward. So she's moved very effectively into that. She does peer support for us, which means when women get out of prison, that she's one of their people that we connect with her so that they have someone to talk to who can advise them about being in prison, being an addict, how do you handle that. They become like their best buddy. So she's doing that. So she's just an amazing person.
Yeah, right. She sounds like an amazing person and very inspiring story. And I do know that you have an event coming up. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we do. This is our first annual benefit dinner, and that's going to be happening in St. Peters, Missouri. The reason we picked that location was because we had the people organizing it were in St. Louis, okay? But more importantly, we like to stay right off the 70 corridor because we have people coming in from Moberly and Jefferson City and Columbia to it. But it's really, what it's meant to do is just really kind of celebrate our year, to look for other people to get involved with us and partner with us. We're going to have 2 guest speakers there, so women who were in prison who are leading this incredible changed life through Christ after they got released. And then we hope through that to kind of build more, get more partners involved and really to help us fund our ministry moving forward, because we've grown tremendously. We have over 200 women that are currently, we're trying to help when they get out of prison. We got about 400 that are lined up that want us to help them. So it's turned into a big Missouri State ministry for women.
Now, I've spoken with several ministry organizations that help women with in prisons and who are trying to get out of prison. What makes your organization so unique?
Well, that's a good question, because what we do is, our whole thing is that when we were in prison, we said you can't love them in prison and forget about them when they get out. So that's our big deal. So we spend about 80% of our effort and about 90% of our money trying to help them when they get out, which means we can work with them in prison to help them find a place to go. We're trying to help them find jobs now when they get released. We have a bunch of services that we offer. We have a discipleship program. We have the peer support. We have counseling that we give them. So we try and be a Christian family in prison and when they get out. But when they get out of prison is where really the work really starts, because that's where the gap is right now in our whole prison system, is when they get out, having, getting a job, trying to be stable, trying to get back in healthy relationships is a big deal. So,
David, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations. And for anyone who wants to find out more about Broken and Beautiful Ministries, you can go to our website, krcgtv.com, for more information. Tony, back to you.
All right, Sharon recaps the forecast and today's severe weather risk next.